Welcome. I'm back with another session, another reading from the teachings of 𝓏𓂋𓇋. And we get ready to go into another chapter, and the chapter is the treatise of 𓏏𓂋𓇋𓄿. The treatise of 𓏏𓂋𓇋𝓿. I don't know too much about 𓏏𓂋𓇋, so honestly, first time I've ever heard the name 𓏏�13. Now, Hotep, I've ran across that name back in the 90s in some of the books I've read, and I didn't do much researching then. I really didn't. You know, I was still, you know, a baby in this. I feel that I'm still a baby in this. You know, it's a lot to understand. There's a lot of information out there that's translated wrong, that's presented wrong. And you know, once again, please use your common sense. Please use the information you know. And we all should understand when things coincide. We all should understand when things connect. You know, a negative and a positive would never connect. You know, magnets, you know what I mean, express that cross to you. You know, that's a visible picture that a negative magnet and a positive magnet just don't go together. You know what I mean? So when you look at the relationship with a negative spouse, negative intimate person, you know, it's good for the moment, but as y'all get closer and closer together, what it does, it starts friction. It starts a resistance. Next thing you know, you're destroying each other. You know, so please think about the choices you're making in your life. Please think about the books you are reading. Who wrote it? What state of mind they was in when they wrote it? And one thing for certain, two things for sure. When I said think about the state of mind they was in when they wrote it, you know, that goes with your environment. That goes along with looking at how the world was structured at that point of time when that person sat down, that author sat down, got their thoughts, got their ideas together, and penned it. Anywho, once again, I am the Nasty Pastor. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Facebook account, Only Faith Ministries Kemet Edition, or Only Faith Ministries Kemet. And also, there's a new platform out called Truth Social. TRUTH Social. I'm over there too, Only Faith Kemet. Go over there and check out some things. I know a lot of these platforms we have used is getting old. We have used is getting to the point we cannot get any fruit out of it again. Peep this out. Whom I pray to is everywhere, right? I'm trying to be everywhere. I have a message. I have a message to deliver. I have a concern in the black community that I'm trying to uplift. I have a concern with Africa. Yes, Africa. Not Northern Africa. Africa. Not Southern not Western, not Eastern. I have a concern with Africa that I want to uplift. Once again, let's get into this reading. 𝓏𝑂�𓃋𓄿, which is really spelled 𝑘AGEMNI, was a vizier also from the early part of the reign of King Teti of the 6th dynasty of Egypt. 𝓏𝑂�‍9's wife, 𝓏𝑂�‍ㄥ𝓏𝓏𝓏, was a king's daughter and likely the daughter of Teti. Now, let's go back a minute. Let's just go back a minute. I want to make sure I say this right before, I fool myself in this, right? But 𝓏𝑂q𝑅𝓏𝓏, sometimes known as 𝓏𝑂q𝑅𝓏𝓏 I or 𝓏𝑂q𝑅𝓏𝓏, was an ancient Egyptian vizier during the late 25th century BC and early 24th century BC dynasty of Egypt. Now, peep this out, right? This is the trickery and a whole lot of things that I would like for y'all to really understand. Really understand. Really pull things together. Really pull things together and understand this. Some information said 𝓏𝑂q𝑅𝓏𝓏 come from out the 5th dynasty. Some say that 𝓏𝑂q𝑅𝓏𝓏 come from out the dynasty before 𝓏𝑂q𝑅𝓏𝓏. You see how the information, whether you Google it, whether you read it, it says something different. So you see the tricks that are being played. You see, if you don't catch yourself and you don't, if you're not true to your understanding and you don't have the knowledge, how can you deliver the wisdom in what you're trying to read, what you're trying to get across to other people? You got me? You understand what I'm saying? Trickery and everything? Keep this right. It was a time black people, Africans, we was killed if we ever picked up a book. We was killed if we ever questioned. If we had a question we wanted answers to. If we weren't killed, we was beaten. Now that we live in a society, we live in a country, a continent that say, you know something? They fought for their rights. They mean they're going to kill us if we don't give them their rights. And guess what? Our culture don't agree with how we're treated, the African community, the black community. Come on, we need this to go through. Now, it's free to learn to read. It's free to speak up, to ask a question, but nobody got a question. No one want to read a book. Why? Why? Because at the end of the day, if I give you everything you ask for, and one, if you don't comprehend it right, I still won. Two, if you comprehend it right, and I figure a way to kill your community, your knowledge, your wisdom don't get nowhere. It gets nowhere. It's how to put this. It's a positive fruit that's dead. Where is it getting? Where is it going? You get me now? You get me? And the thing about the black community, you got me? I told a lady yesterday, the black community been pissed me off. You got me? Been pissed me off. If you think money, your financial bracket, the car you drive, the business you own, the house you live in, the clothes you wear, defines you, then you're what people of knowledge and wisdom call hollow. Ain't nothing inside you, sweetheart. Ain't nothing inside you, young man. You get me now? You're hollow. Honestly, you may be a puppet. Someone's pulling your strings. You got me? Someone's doing this to you so they can get paid off you, so they can sit down on their butt. You went out and did all the work. They got fruit from your work. And when they're ready to cut your financial situation off, you're dead. You're a dead person. Anywho, let's get into this reading of the teachings of 𝓏𓂋𓇋𝓄𝓏🐏, the oldest book in the world. And we're at the chapter of the treatise of 𓏏𓂋𓓃𝓿. And I believe I stopped right here. Spread out flat, it measures about 23 feet 7 inches, with an average height of 5, 7, 8 inches, which is about the usual height of a papyri of the 11th and 12th dynasties. It contains at present 18 pages of heavy and bold black and red writing in the so-called erratic character. At first sight, it appears to be in perfect preservation, being entirely free from the cracks and decay which mar many fine manuscripts of far late date. But an examination of the contents shows that an unknown quantity has been torn off from the commencement. Originally, the roll contained at least 2 books, of which we have the later part of one and the whole of the other. Between these, there is a blank space of some 53 inches. The characters are clearly and carefully made, but are not always correct, as though the copyist had a badly written or very cursive copy before him, and was not always sure of his spelling. The first of these books, of which only the last 2 pages remain to us, is a treatise on deportment, and is here called the Instruction of 𝓏𝓋🄔📿. Hold up now. Deportment. Not department, deportment. So what that mean? They getting you out the country? They getting you out the kingdom? Come on, man. So he got instructions on how to remove you. Ain't he something? Ain't he something? Come on, advisor, right? Put it this way. Like I said in the last reading, 𝓏𝓂𝓏𝓿𝓃 is Congress. So what was 𓏏𓂋��? What was 𓏏𓂋𓏄? Congress. So you see what he did? Did you see what he introduced into law? Because let me tell you something about America, right? You say or you do the wrong thing, they'll deport you. You just got to figure a country that'll accept you. You feel me? You know, America put up with a lot. The families that run this country puts up with a lot. And I will say this, I didn't grow up in slavery. By the time I was born, racism was dying out, whether they put it in your face. You feel me? And understand this and always get this. If your own community show you racism, you got me? Show you racism. Not you're standing there and you see them doing something to someone else. No, show you racism. Directly to you racism. How can you go into another community and understand there being racism to you? How can you ever understand it? Because it's the same BS in your community, right? So this goes back to me saying, you can have all the knowledge and wisdom in the world, right? But if the rest of your community is not willing to speak up, not willing to read, not willing to stand in what's right, is dead fruit you're delivering, right? Right? You can plant the seed, but don't they gotta water it? Somebody gotta water it. You can't keep watering. The person you plant the seed in has to water it, right? Peep this out. Wake up. We have shown the world, I don't care what culture you in, the black community have showed the world. We don't give two cares about our kids. And they're our future. They're our legacy. Not part of our legacy. They are our legacy. Let's get back to this reading. It has always been attributed to this person since its discovery, but examination of as much of the book as exists will show that it is not said to have been written by him. Because his is the only name mentioned. Egyptologists have concluded that he is the author, the unnamed vizier, who called his children to him can hardly be 𝓏𝑏, who was not raised to the rank of vizier and the governor of a city until afterwards. The governor. So vizier, it was, that's a synonym, anonym, however it go, whichever one it is, to being in Congress. You got what I'm saying? You make laws, you know what I mean? You change laws. You get me? So if you're telling me that we got to America and the 5 families that was forged in this country sat down and said blah 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 loo, this how this gonna go. No. They got their instructions from out of Africa. You feel me? They revised it, re-looked at it, but it tells you, and it goes back to what I was saying. If you look at what they have said about Egypt, it is the oldest civilization recorded to man. So you're not going to tell me my ancestors were devils and savages and barbarians. You're not going to ever tell me that. You can't make me believe that. You got me? You can't make me believe it. Peep this out, and I'm going to say this like this, right? To sum this up, we probably invented toilet paper. You understand me? Because to walk around after you have done a number 2, don't you leave a mess in between your cheeks? I know I have. I know I've had to use the bathroom outside before. I know I have. And I don't like the way it feels when I get in the house. So I come in and take me a straight shower. Get it up off me. That stuff burns. You understand? You understand? Your waste that come out your body burns your skin. Let's get back into this. 𝓏𝑏 may well have been a son of the author. This is not of material importance. However, as the date of writing is given as the end of the reign of 𝓏𝑓𝓿, the last king of the 3rd dynasty, who died about 398 BC. This book then, which argues a society of some refinement, is so far as it goes the oldest in the world. You feel me? You understand? Look, I ain't trying to plug my music, but I'm going to tell you like this. I got a song called 𝓏𝑓𝓿𝑃 coming out. You know what I mean? It's on my album, Decisions. Matter of fact, it's on the album, Answers. You know what I mean? And, I ask you to look around. Look at everything that's around you. We're responsible for this. We was the master builders. We was the thinkers. You get me? We was the thinkers. We came up with all these ideas and we perfected them. You got me? Wake up. Pick yourself up. Please. Please. After a long stretch of blank papyrus from which a third book has perhaps been erased, we come up the instruction of 𝑓 in its entirety, divided into sections by red writings as aforesaid. Now, there's nothing in here red. So this is a replica of what was first written. Now, if this was in red, you know what I mean? You know, some of this stuff was in red, like it's detailing in words. Then I say, you know, this might be just 90% exact from what 𝑓 wrote before it was translated. You feel me? In this also we get a definite date for we learn in the opening lines that its author or compiler lived in the reign of King 𝓏𝑓𝓏𝓖𝓖𝓏. Now 𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏 was the last ruler but one of the 5th dynasty and ruled 44 years from about 3580 to 3536 BC. Thus we may take about 3550 as the period of 𝑓𝓏𝓏𝓏. You got it? Now 𝑓𝓏𝓏𝓏 come from out the 5th dynasty. I know what I read. I know what I've seen before. I've looked it up to find out how is it that this became the oldest book in the world. And when you think about it, the 5th dynasty was the beginning. That was when they was forging Upper Egypt. That's when they was getting it to be Kemet. That's when they was living in their fruit. You feel what I'm saying? They knew this work. They knew this work. They knew, I know I can go down to the rock quarry, put this together, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. I can get an elephant to bring it on back up and we can get these pyramids built. We can get that temple built. We can get that built because it's too hot out here in the desert without a roof over our head. Of these two kings, there's hardly anything to say. 𝑓𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏 is only known to us by mention of his name. We have no record of any act of his. Well, that's the end of this chapter. I'm going to get into this footnote. In the translation, these divisions are indicated for purposes of reference by numbers and letters, which are not, of course, in the original. So also in the instruction of 𝑓𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏𝓏. Well, that's about it for this today, you know what I mean? But really take your time with your kids. You know, your kids not dumb. You know what I mean? Your kids is a reflection of you. You know, you know, whether they're not your biological parents, whether they are your biological kids, you're a reflection of whom raised you. So let's, you know what I mean, build the youth, because like I said, the youth is our future. You know, we as kids, you know, we think we know, but we don't know. And the first rule to all this, you have to build trust within your family. That's number one. And to say, I'm the mama, I'm the daddy, they don't get it. That don't get it. I've been told that before by my mom. I'm the mom because she want to be right. I get her, I get I'm under your roof, but just because you my mama don't mean that you're always right. Don't mean you don't have to answer my question. Don't mean I can't question your actions, whether I'm a kid, whether I'm an adult. So I say this once again, you know what I mean? I am the nasty pastor. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Come engage. You know what I mean? This, this helps the black community. And if you are a African, if you are a African American, and you don't get it, you don't understand, then you a pawn in all this madness. When you think you're a king, when you think you're a queen. Love you. I'm out.